what a feeling to be from the best place on earth, Jamaica, Jamaica. We continue to celebrate reggae music's inscription on UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of the world with today's observation of International Reggae Day. We have a lot lined up just for you, so please get some water conservation tips, then the news, after which we'll continue to celebrate our rich cultural heritage. Stay with us.
Water is precious. So we encourage everyone to practice the 4 R's of water conservation. Always remember to reduce your use of water wherever possible. Replace water wasting devices with water savings devices. Reuse water wherever possible. And wherever leaks are found, please repair them and repair them quickly.
Don't delay. Practice the 4 R's of water conservation today.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, July 1. Starting today, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has fully activated its enhanced vector control program. This includes an enhanced public education program and media campaign, home inspections, and island-wide fogging by parish health departments. 1,000 temporary vector control workers are also engaged to destroy mosquito breeding sites. The ministry's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Biseso Mackenzie, says this is in anticipation of increased mosquito breeding in the summer months, including those that carry the dengue virus. Dengue is a mosquito-borne disease in which a person may get a fever, headache, joint, and muscle pains. Some persons may develop severe dengue, which can lead to severe dehydration and can cause hemorrhagic manifestation, including bleeding and internal bleeding, which can lead to death.
Immediate medical attention should be sought once a person with a fever begins to vomit or have severe abdominal pain, any bleeding under the skin, or feel very weak or get confused.
The ministry is urging members of the public to avoid the use of aspirin, diclofenac, ibuprofen, or any of the medications or pain relievers known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. When used to treat the fever in dengue, these drugs have been known to increase the severity of the disease. Persons may call the parish health departments or the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683 with any reports or concerns. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is maintaining its policy rate offered on overnight balances from deposit-taking institutions at 0.75%. The central bank says the decision is based on its latest assessment that monetary conditions are appropriate to support the achievement of the inflation target of 4 to 6% over the medium term. In a statement on Thursday, the BOJ pointed out that Statin had reported that annual inflation stood at 4.8% in May 2019, up from 3.9% in April. According to the BOJ, the May outturn is consistent with its previous assessment and represents a return to the center of the target, following 5 consecutive months of annual inflation being below target. This is consequent on increased domestic agriculture prices and improved domestic activity in response to policy rate lowering over the last 8 quarters. The bank adds that inflation would then decline towards the bottom of the target in the period after the March 2020 quarter and only return to the midpoint slowly over the ensuing 3 years. Jamaican companies are being urged to increase their reach in the diaspora regions. Mayor of Miramar in Florida, United States, Wayne Messam, says his city wants to attract Jamaican companies as it is the 5th largest Jamaican diaspora location.
We have a foreign trade zone where you can distribute, as long as you're creating a job and some form of assembly. So for example, if you're exporting guava jam or whatever, if you package that in Miramar, you can do it tariff-free. You know, we're working with franchisees to educate them on how to get a business license, and we'll even go to another step to help them identify the zoning and places where they can establish their businesses.
Mr. Messam was addressing a session of the recently held 8th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference in Kingston. Meanwhile, 44 foreign nationals living in Jamaica have been granted citizenship by the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA. They were presented with their certificates and other documents during PICA's fourth public swearing-in ceremony for candidates on Thursday. The group comprises 19 women, 17 men, and 8 children from 17 countries. PICA's Director of Citizenship, Carol Saunders Hammond, says many of the applications received for citizenship are generally from persons of Jamaican heritage living overseas who are able to apply locally or from the diaspora. 9 of the recipients are descendants of Jamaicans, 20 have been granted citizenship by virtue of being married to Jamaicans, 11 are from Commonwealth countries, 1 individual has attained citizenship by naturalization, while 3 minors have been registered as citizens. And finally, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang is assuring police personnel in central and southern Clarendon that they will be provided with adequate resources to fight crime. Clarendon has seen an upsurge in gun-related crimes recently. Minister Chang made the promise of resources following a tour of the Hayes and Lioneltown police stations in the parish on Friday.
I wanted to get a first-hand look at the facilities out here, look at what they're doing, speak to the officers in charge and see some of what they will require to improve their capacity and ensure we will get the crime under control in this area.
Rocky Point is earmarked for the construction of a new police station. This will house the Custom Enforcement Agency and Marine Police to increase the police's capacity to help deal with serious crimes in the area. Minister Chang says the South Coast Waters is a primary route for transnational crimes such as the guns for drugs and food for drugs trades.
Going south from whether St. Elizabeth or Clarendon is easy run for those who know the routing, and we have to ensure that our coastal capacity is in good order on the south coast, because one of the first steps we have to do if we're going to overcome the challenge we face of criminal activity is to ensure we can stop the guns coming in.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
Bask in the beauty and the potency of one of our most lucrative exports.
From deep within the archives on reels no longer supported by the platforms of a technological modernization in the transmission of sounds and images, comes the story of a people and their relationship with the music they have bred.
Reggae music is bass, brother.
Yes, sir.
Reggae music is roots.
Not the dread.
Yes, sir. Is our kind of music that, brother? What me say?
If reggae can ever be edged to a set place, then 13 Brentford Road is its home. It was here at Studio One in 1968 that Rocksteady briefly went back 20 years, married the folk rhythms of Mento, and gave birth to reggae.
The new art form experienced its share of birthing pains as the so-called elites of society struggled to accept its revolutionary presence, while those from whose experiences it sprung cleaved onto this evolution in expression.
Reggae music is something that I think most of our people are ashamed of. I don't know why this should be, because it is coming from our roots. So much people are naked like them shame.
I agree.
Truly.
Sure, them just shame what truly belongs to them. What me say?
That's how we steal sometimes, do I?
Truly.
Well, I think that the rhythm is very good, and we like it a lot in Jamaica here.
As myself coming from New York, I only thought that I would dig soul music, just, you know, funky music. But as I hear the reggae scene, reggae music, I like it.
I like reggae music very much because, right, it shows a lot of culture, right? It tells from the plantation days, the type of music the people used to sing, right? And it started to reveal what
really was going on in that time, right? Up till now, right?
It's something you can't just sit down and listen to. You have, you get the feeling to move.
Reggae music is our high-style music. Same way like how soul music belongs to CS, reggae music belongs to J. And my favorite artists are Bob Marley and the Wailers. Probably because it's part of me, and we create it, I don't know. But I think I enjoy playing reggae very much. I really dig reggae music, but whenever time I hear reggae music, I feel like dancing,
I'm in a dancing mood.
Generations later, and the narrative retains echoes of past sentiments with the addition of new layers.
Reggae change, I can't say like it changed a bit, but still reggae beat. The old one is better. The new one, not much to me. I just love the old stuff.
When I'm working, I listen to my music, keep me going,
If me go dance on them music that I'm play, me not really stay there.
It means everything. It's a part of Jamaican's history, so it defines who we are as Jamaicans.
It means everything. It means love, it means peace, it means understanding.
Reggae is a lifestyle. Reggae is a lifestyle, Jamaican lifestyle. Yeah, even the lifestyle you live, because even they tell you in the farm, you work hard every day, hustle hard every day, and the music says reggae. So, reggae is life, man,
Reggae has become what some prophesied, a few decried, and almost none could truly imagine.
Reggae is no longer seen in the world as alternative music or third world music or new wave music.
It's doing good. I think there are a lot of guys who make a lot of money from it, but it is good. I think maybe probably next to tourism.
People know Jamaica not only for our sand, sun and beach, but they know us for our music. So when you go abroad and people be like, you're from Jamaica, you know Bob Marley, you know such and such, all because of our music. So reggae is our definition of Jamaica.
It is the strongest component in the brand Jamaica construct.
Reggae artists and those who specialize in its offshoot dancehall have won major musical awards. In life and past death, its greatest ambassador retains an undeniable international presence that has demanded respect from world-renowned publications. Since 2009, the entire month of February has been dedicated to its celebration at home. It was instrumental in garnering capital Kingston the designation by UNESCO as a creative city of music. And in 2017, the Jamaican government submitted a nomination dossier to have reggae inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage for humanity.
This international protection instrument will ensure that the origins of reggae and its derivatives are appropriately documented and safeguarded for present and future generations. It is fascinating to reminisce on the early days when Jamaican music struggled to germinate, and the pioneers were classified in some cases as undesirables right here at home.
But even then, in its infancy,
well, I think that reggae is a good music, here to stay, and I think reggae music belongs to us and we ought to show it, right?
And now,
reggae is hot commodity and the world has embraced it, but we are proud to declare that we still own it.
Respect must be given whenever respect is due. One more time, let's give it up for Jamaica and reggae music.
Protect yourself from the flu virus. Visit your nearest health center or doctor to get the flu vaccine. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water or by using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid the spread of germs by not touching your eyes, mouth, or nose. And be sure to regularly disinfect surfaces and objects that are used often. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
Reggae is one of the lasting genres of music created by Jamaicans and which have impacted the world. Get a little history lesson on the evolution of Jamaican music.
Relax, man, we'll soon get there. In fact, we are here, the Institute of Jamaica. This is where we're going.
What is this, Grandpa?
When you go in, you'll see. Come on, let's go.
Oh, where's a carry some place me no want go.
You say you want to be a musician? Well, you have to come here. Let me show you where the music is coming from. Step inside. See, this is where I want it to come. You see how far Jamaican music coming from, Kadeen? These are Tainas, the first people, and see, they're playing drums and dancing. And look at these African instruments. That's when the first Africans came to Jamaica. Now, I bet you don't know what this instrument is.
Rumba box?
It is a rumba box, and you hear that in what kind of music now?
Mento.
Mento, that's what makes the mento music so sweet. Now, look at this. This is jazz music. Jamaica had a rich tradition of jazz. Coming right out of Alpha Boys School, you see it? Right after jazz, the same jazz musicians were playing R&B.
I found my thrill.
That came from America. And when the R&B dried up from America, then they started making Jamaican R&B. Jamaican turned the R&B around and made their own Jamaican style of R&B music, which then led to ska.
It was the beginning of independence. Ska was looked upon as the new sound of Jamaica. We find in our own identity, not following the American R&B or the ballad or the middle of the road kind of music that was coming from North America and Europe. And so it was very nationalist in its outlook and output.
Gather together, be brothers and sisters, we're independent. Join and stuff hands, children started to dance, we're independent. Don't be sad and blue. The Lord is still with you. God bless, no one curse. Thank God I'm not the worst.
Seems like the music always speak about social issues.
A lot of the music is about social issues. After all, life is music and music is life. After ska, you got Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, the rhythm, the ska still continue, but the bass rock. And the guitar and the piano, ska same way. But the bass, the emphasis on the bass, so you fall back on you.
Well, it look as if we can hear music here.
I like this, Grandpa.
This
nice.
is Rocksteady. No, you should have seen me and your grandmother in those days. Rocking steady.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Yes. That's Alton Ellis, you know. Yeah. Great Rocksteady, you know. Let me turn down the people things here. Next thing, then throw us out of here. And go back to watch this thing.
But Grandpa, You've been talking about Jamaican music for how long now? And until now, I haven't heard anything about reggae.
Well, we're coming right up to reggae now. Here we are, reggae. Well, first of all, many people say that reggae was born at Sir Coxson's Studio 1 on Brentford Road.
Clement Dad brought a piece of machinery to the studio for about a year. It was sitting there. And no one knew exactly what to do with it. And so they hooked it up one day and decided to implement it. And they discovered it was a tape delay. And so they hooked it into the machine and they started doing it into the recording. So when they put the guitar sound through the tape delay, it comes back saying, the rest of studios hearing this recording out, they thought it was the guitar making that and just copied that, and that was the birth of reggae music.
I want to do the reggae, girl, with you. Yeah, come on to me.
Here are some of the great artists who came out of that. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bonnie Livingston, the Wailers, Burning Spear, and so on. Now, reggae was also a way of life. It was the greatest advertisement for Rastafari.
I think it's my time to teach you a little bit.
What can you teach me?
Come right here, sir.
Oh, dancehall. I know that's when you were going to get happier.
It was also a little bit different in the 80s where you have more artists that come and you have to compete with artists like every day, and the dancehall vibes. When you go into the dancehall, you know, you have to just hold the mic, forget a bus. And now it's different. You just have a CD, go to the radio station and get some airplay.
The 90s had these persons like Beenie Man, Lady Saw, and Bounty Killer. Up to today, Beenie Man and Bounty Killer still have swag. Right now, we have producers that are artists that are producers, and radio jocks who are doing both. With technology, the music is now diverse.
We are accepting music on a broader scale. One time gone till you want to hear hip-hop music or techno music being played in a dancehall setting. And that is happening right now. A lot of pop music is being accepted. Disco music, techno music, electro house music is being accepted right now. Hip-hop music is widely accepted right now. So we as Jamaican, we are listening to a wide cross-section of music.
That means that we took music and turned it into Jamaican music, and we have given it back to the world, and everything has now come together. Kadeem, the tour done. See, it wasn't that bad after all.
For real, Grandpa. Really inspired by all of this. Well, out of many, we're really one music.
And you might yet become a good musician.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yes.
I love waking up every day in this country. This is where I was born and raised. I have such a passion for my country, and for me, this is home. In Jamaica, a lot of people, they look at just like beach, you know, sea, sand, but our mountains are something to behold. It's majestic up there, and it's a different type of peace. It's a different type of lifestyle completely. I could mention many different places that are amazing, but the one thing I do love about Jamaica as well is that you can find that relaxation, you can find that chill in your backyard. Apart from it being an incredibly beautiful country, an incredibly beautiful island, we have a wonderful, wonderful culture, wonderful, vibrant, colorful people. There is definitely a realness to Jamaica. There's definitely something that no matter what keeps you in touch with reality here. Why come to Jamaica? It all comes back down to Jamaica as a whole. You know, the food, the music, the culture, the people, the climate. Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
In celebration of Canada Day, we hear from Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his plans for the Jamaican diaspora in that country and others.
We must never underestimate the value of our diaspora in ensuring that the economy of Jamaica remains strong, even in the depths of a recession. I will never forget in 2009, when Jamaica was just slipping into the global recession, like many other countries. And yes, remittances fell, but it was those remittances that kept coming that kept many households afloat. And as soon as things improved, indeed, even before things improved, our remittances started to improve. That is, yes, the ultimate sign of your commitment to your country, more so to your family and to your community. The diaspora is an organic body. It operates on its own rhythm. It will work even better with government coordination. But even without government coordination, you are Jamaican, some of you by birth, some of you by association, some from the generations. And you understand the vibration of Jamaica, and you want to feel a part of that. And I will change my term, not to give back, but to give forward. And so I encourage you to keep that special Jamaican-ness, that vibration that keeps us together.
That's where we draw the curtains down on another Jamaica Magazine program. Be sure to join us tomorrow around about the same time for more of the positive happenings coming out of Jamaica land we love. We maintain a strong online presence, so be sure to keep up with us on jis.gov.jm. Join us on all the major social media platforms and download our mobile app. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.